The Ministry of Information and Broadcasting is putting its best foot forward to ensure that Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai and Kolkata switch to digital cable by the 1st of November. To avoid one more failure to comply with the deadline, the ministry has released this ad campaign.
Uncle, क्या आपके पास डिजिटल केबल कनेक्शन नहीं है?
डिजिटल केबल कनेक्शन नहीं है.
It is also reviewing the progress of installation of set-top boxes on a daily basis. So far, 74% of cable TV homes have been digitized, and the ministry is certain that this time the deadline will be met.
We are monitoring the progress which has been made by the MSOs in signing of agreements with the local cable operators. We are also kind of in touch with the MSOs to make sure that the rates for consumers and the packages that have been announced by them, they are also publicized widely. Basically, we have tried to do a very aggressive campaign kind of a thing for digitization to create a huge consumer awareness that if they do not buy a set-top box and if they have a cable connection, then the TVs will go blank.
Multi-system operators or MSOs who barely managed to seed 26% of the total required set-top boxes in June have now managed to convert 50 lakh TVs across the 4 cities. With demand set to surge, MSOs say the competitive pricing and the ability to offer 500 channels from January will help them retain a 70% market share.
Where we would gain as an industry is, we would gain because our pricing would be lower. DTH could gain, I am not saying would gain, but could gain if their quality of service is better. Ultimately, today the impact of service is going to determine the game by 2013-14.
DTH operators are also eager to meet the deadline this time because the money they spent on ad campaigns and hiring installation manpower came to naught when the deadline was missed the last time. They've tied up with local cable operators to sell more set-top boxes and increase local promotion to cash in on the festive season. But the biggest help they will get in expanding the subscriber base from the current 2.5 million households in these 4 cities is the level playing field digitization brings to the table.
When both the operators, which is cable and DTH, are both operating in a transparent environment where they're declaring the numbers of their subscribers, paying the broadcasters based on the number of subscribers they're servicing, paying the government taxes for the revenue they're collecting from the subscribers. If both the platforms are doing similar things, then their cost structures are similar and the price at which they can offer their goods to the customers become similar.
Attention, cable subscribers.
Broadcasters are also pitching in. Apart from moving court to ensure the new deadline is met, they are carrying government ads for free. These blackout ads have also been brought back. In addition, they are planning to switch off analog signals in a phased manner between the 10th and the 25th of October to nudge viewers towards set-top boxes.
Go digital or go black.
Since this will impact ratings, broadcasters have decided to suspend TAM data during this period. The industry that shelled out 700 crore rupees as carriage fee during the extension period believes this joint effort will eventually help bring down advertising share in total revenues from the current 70% to the global norm of 50%.
What happened in the first deadline was, frankly, the seeding of boxes, the ordering of boxes hadn't taken place in sufficient numbers. And so it would have really inconvenienced consumers if the signals had been cut off. So we think at that stage it was probably the correct decision to extend it, though it did disappoint us. Disappoint us for a number of reasons. One, it continued the analog regime, which is hard for all of us. As I said, it causes us to be over-reliant on advertising, and in a weakening market, that clearly was an issue. But it's also hard because it prevented us from launching signals, and at the same time, we spent crores in advertising the cutoff date and then had it moved.
And here's how the numbers stack up so far. Mumbai leads the pack with 99% of cable homes already digitized. Despite opposition from Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, Kolkata has managed to convert 73% of its TVs to digital cable. The ministry says that even Delhi's 60% conversion rate and Chennai's 50% conversion rate will shoot upwards as the deadline approaches.
There are many poor areas, there are jhopapatti areas where we need to, slum areas where we need to reach out. So it is definitely a bit of a challenge. But if you look at the data, the seeding data which is now coming from all the cities, we find that about 75% of the total seeding that's happening in the 4 metro cities, it is actually coming from Delhi. In Chennai, what they have done is that they have shifted a digital head end which they had in a neighboring district. It's only a question of their going out and procuring the set-top boxes, which they are in the process of doing it.
31 अक्टूबर 2012
The government and all the stakeholders are working at fever pitch to ensure that these issues are sorted out. After all, they're all determined that the October 31st deadline should not be missed. But a bigger issue that the ministry and the enforcement agencies will have to address is a pirated analog signal from suburbs and neighbouring cities. Also, while the momentum from Phase 1 will ensure a smoother Phase 2, stakeholders are a little worried as to whether the 38 cities will complete digitisation in the 5 months to the March 31st deadline. In Mumbai, Pavni Mittal.